Hey everyone, so you might have gotten an assignment that requires you to use Cami. How can you use Cami to write on documents, modify documents, combine or split documents? Let's talk about that. First of all, Cami is the name of a program that can be found most commonly as an extension to Google Chrome. If you've never used it before, you need to install it. It's easiest to use it in Google Chrome. So you go to Google, search for Cami extension, install the extension, and then sign in using your ggusd.net email for the school, and it'll set you up with an account. When you click on this document in Google Classroom, once you've set up the extension, once you have the account, when you click on this Open with Cami, it will link your account to the teacher's license and allow you to access all the tools and tricks and things that you can do. So once you're in, you can do things like marking up, as in like highlighting and stuff, or typing in text, or handwriting text, or hand drawing pictures, or mathematical equations, or shapes, or whatever it may be that you'd like to do. So once you've done that, you can fill in blanks, draw pictures, whatever it may be. In the case of this, you'd be wanting to update the table of contents by typing in page numbers and adding things to these pages as it goes along, or rather to these blanks as you add pages to your notebook. So once you've done that, you need to not only state what pages these are going to be on, but these are not in this document yet. It just ends right here on page 11. So you need to state what pages these things are going to be for one thing, these things right here, but you also need to actually add them in. And that's what we're going to do in the next window. So you make your annotations on here, click save so you don't lose them, and then go to menu. And there's multiple ways to get to this, but you want to find the split and merge document area. And there's other ways to get to it, but this is probably the most convenient ways to access this function. Split and merge allows you to add things to the document. So you do that. Preparing the document for split merge. So you continue. And when you do that, you're going to find this window right here. Now you could open some documents right here and get it started, or you could just click next and do that same thing here. This is split mode where you take documents out, or I guess you could add them in. Merge mode is the easiest to bring full documents together without having to mess with one page at a time. So the way you can do that is if you have it saved on your computer, you can use this add files, or you can go to this Google Drive and load it directly after Google Drive. And if we're talking about something assigned through Google Classroom, this is the one you want to use. Again, let's just repeat that from Google Drive if you're going to load something from Google Classroom. So this will show you everything on your Google Drive. If it's hard to find something, you might notice it's not in alphabetical order because it's by order of last modified. So you might want to change this up and to make things easy to find. Like if I want to find the stuff that's in Google Classroom, I'm going to make it alphabetical to make it easier to find. And then where is the stuff in Google Classroom? It's actually right here in this folder that says Classroom. All your assignments that you've received in Google Classroom are here. Anything submitted through Google Classroom is also here. So I did say we need notes number 11 first, and then the comprehension questions for notes number 11, so let's find them. So when you click on that, what you're going to find is the name of all Google Classrooms which you are enrolled in. Now, I've got a ton because I'm a teacher, and I've been teaching this for years, and so I've got a bunch of them. So for me, I'm going to do last modified because that makes it easier to find the ones I've been using most recently. And let's do an example of third period chemistry just because. So I go in here and there's going to be a lot of things, so it might be easier to do the last modified, and that will bring up to the front to the top here the most recently accessed things. And then let's do notes number 11 first, because that needs to be the first thing added in. And then I can see all the students who've submitted it. You, of course, will only see your own, so you get it, select, and now it's converting to PDF. That's what this color thing down here is. And then when it's ready, it'll pop up here. And so it's basically what this means is all of these pages are here, and then after the final page of this one will be the first page of this one, and then you get all of these pages. And then if you want the next one to come after that, you've got to go do the whole thing again. So that's a little unfortunate. You got to go and find it. So back to chemistry again. Or sorry, rather back to that classroom folder. And then back to the classroom that you're in and trying to do this for. And then we did notes 11. Now I want to do the comprehension questions. So that's probably, yep, this is the one. So let's say this was yours. Okay, so then you go insert that one and you get it done. It's working right now. You can see from the little colors at the bottom, it's working on converting it. It's done. When you've got all the documents you want, you go ahead and click Export All. What that does is it gives you a couple of options. Download means it will download it directly to your device. So if you're using your own computer, not the school Chromebook, you could consider this. It's also a good idea to just save directly to Google Drive. In fact, this is the most highly recommended because it makes it easiest to turn in. Now, you could just go straight to Google Drive and put it on your Google Drive, or you could select a folder, and that's probably a better idea because you're going to have to track this file down. If you can't find it, you're going to wind up turning in the wrong file, and it'll look as if all your work got lost. So you need to turn in the correct file. So that means you need to know where it went. So create a chemistry files folder if you haven't already. Click on it and then select, and what that'll do is it'll allow you to save to that folder. So I'm going to click on it and then select, and now it's going to go to chemistry files folder on Google Drive, and I'll know where to find it. So you click continue. It's now exporting all of this as one big file to there, and now you got to go find it. So open up your Google Drive and then go to the chemistry files folder. Now, being the chemistry teacher, I've got a ton of things here. You may or may not have as many in your chemistry files folder. But unfortunately, you don't really have any control over what the name of the file is when it's exported. It just comes out as let's see, where is it? Cami export, and then a bunch of stuff. So this is, I just did this. If you look at it, you can see that all of the pages are there. And it's always a good idea to double check, but yep, all the pages are there. So then you can right click and then choose rename and then give it a more suitable name, such as your name and then chemistry notebook quarter 2, or just chemistry notebook quarter 2, or some other user-friendly name that allows you to actually find it, because everything you export from Cami is quote-unquote Cami export. So you want to make sure to give each thing an appropriate name, that way you can find it later. Otherwise, if you can't find it, you can't turn it in. But once you do have it, and once you know where it is, you can turn this in as your final finished product, and that should take care of it.